Hello everyone. We had Salish, No Name, CK, thanks for being in early. Who else did we have in early? BMC, thanks for being in early. Garfield, thank you for being in early. I hope you guys had a good Monday. Can you believe it's only Monday? It feels like, honestly, to me, it feels like it's already the middle of the week, and I don't really have an explanation for why. It just, to me, already feels like it should be the middle of the week. For whatever reason. Hey, Pixie. 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 I've been really sad because your sub, like, beyond expired, but it's okay. Just want to say I love you. Lazy man lasagna tonight. What is lazy man lasagna? Honest to goodness, I do not know. I don't have LEDs in my bedroom I can use. Did that activate? I have no idea anymore. And the light is actually off. Like, you see up there how nothing is on? Like, right over here, it's off. It's just the one on the wall that's on. I don't know. I have not seen that 3 art. I'll have to look at that. I have had a good Monday. Thank you, racers. Oh, no, I understand, Pixie. I hope you're healing up well. Swarovski, are you hoping for, like, the impossible? Because it doesn't look good with any other color, if I'm being honest. Where is the remote? If I'm being honest, it hasn't really looked good with any other color. No, Olive, you will have to... Like, this doesn't exactly look great. Okay. Red is about the only color that actually looks good in the background. Well, no. Yeah, send it in the Discord. Thank you. Hey, JC. Is this better, Garfield? I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be a sarcastic butthead. I'm asking an honest question. Okay, the red looks good. Okay. We'll try it. Hopefully it doesn't change for other reasons, but hopefully it doesn't change. Oh, man. I mean, it's Monday, and it definitely feels like it should be early. Like, blue, oh, I like the red, if I'm being honest. It's mostly because of that, the art on the wall. Hey, Seth. I'm always a sarcastic butthead. I try not to be, though. Yeah, see, that's what I was wearing. Like, I'm currently wearing a purple shirt. I don't think I should have the blue light on. How about green? I'm going with green. Oh, okay. Red? I don't want to... See, the blue, I avoided the blue because it does wash out into the horizontal screen. Yeah, I know. See, exactly. I had it on orange, Tom. Green looks good. Okay, we're gonna stick with green. Guys, don't ask me why I'm doing this. I'm just doing this, because why not? We'll give it a shot, okay? I have to download the app to really change the colors. Like, to manually change them instead of just making it do the whole, like, strobe light stuff, which obviously I don't want to do because people do have issues with seizures with that kind of stuff. And I don't want to have to do a trigger warning because I feel like I shouldn't be, you know, like, interrupting people in the way that they live their life in that regard. I don't want to give anyone a potential seizure. I know I over-explain things. It's okay. It's literally just me. Oh, you guys are making it like so much worse. Yeah, epilepsy. But other people have seizures as a result of lights too. It's not just epilepsy. Oh, TikTok. We're already there. There we go. Now we can turn stuff on. Guys, as you are coming in, especially on TikTok, do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you are able to. We are doing a contest. I don't think I'll be able to reach the number that I need it for it, just because TikTok's being weird anyways and what they're doing. But I would encourage it. It is the best way to help me keep doing this the 6 days a week that I do. So I do appreciate you so much. Thanks for calling the stream. How are you?
Hey.
Hi, how old are you?
30.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did not.
All right, man. Well, I hope you have a great day. All right, let's see. I believe that's Soot. Thank you. Well, the first caller was at least smart enough to not vote for Trump, I guess. Does that fit the narrative, No Name? Real talk. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, see, Bishop, that's why... J. I'm just seeing your actual message, CG, or I think I knew who you mean, but I don't want to assume or say it while I'm on 3 platforms. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm 50.
Did you vote for Trump?
Well, I didn't vote for Trump, but I'd like to represent a Trump voter just so that we can have a semblance of an intellectual conversation or debate on your show.
Nope, I want to just talk to people that put Trump in office, but thank you. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
54.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Do you still support him?
Definition of support. I voted for him or I supported his policies?
No. So he's 7 months into his presidency. Do you still support or stand behind the actions of the sitting president of the United States that you assisted in putting in office?
Well, that's why I asked the question. I was considering whether you consider support the votes or the actual policies he's producing.
Did I not clear it up enough?
I admit to being a little not sure where your side is on it.
My last question didn't clear it up?
No. Please rephrase.
We are 7 months into Donald Trump's presidency, which your vote helped put him in office. Do you still support the actions of the sitting president of the United States? 7 months into his presidency.
Maybe not all of his actions. I mean, there's several to consider. Do you have any specifics that you want me to stand beside or behind or in front of?
Why do you still support Trump?
Because I did not support the previous president, Biden.
No, that has nothing to do. Okay, I don't think people understand the word still when used in a sentence. When I'm using still in a sentence, I'm asking you, like, not why you previously did, but why are you still actively supporting him with his actions that he's done? That's exactly why I asked you the question to start with, do you still support Trump? And then I had to quantify that for you put it in a different phrasing for you. So, what about his current presidency are you still actively supporting?
I would probably go with the top three, and I would probably have to say immigration, economy, and tariffs.
Immigration is boring at this point because that's all anybody ever talks about every freaking day. So, what
Okay.
about the economy then?
I think that the economy is doing better because of policy shifts toward lower taxation. Um, is there anything specific that you would like me to respond to as far as economy?
So, what are the lower taxation that you see go into effect right now?
Well, the lower taxation, such as taxes on trips and things like that.
Yeah. How does that affect you right now?
How does it affect me personally?
Right now.
I think that lower taxes is always better because there's more money in your pocket at the end of the day when you are paying.
At the end of the day, when?
Huh?
At the end of the day, when?
I would assume during pay periods, times that you have to pay bills, things like that.
No, taxes aren't affected on your actual paycheck right now.
Okay. I did mention that there was a push toward lowering taxes.
I mean,
didn't know if they
it's
were
not a push
doing
if the
that.
bill is already signed.
What?
If the bill is already signed, it's not a push. It's already enacted into law.
If you're saying that the taxes aren't in law yet, then they wouldn't affect me because
No,
wouldn't be
they're
in law.
already in law. I just don't think you understand how taxes work.
Okay.
Yeah, so it hasn't assisted anybody right now.
I said the push for the cost of things that make things cost less.
Except
AKA
CPI
taxes.
is up 2.7%.
Okay.
Energy cost by itself is up 13%.
Yes.
Yeah. So the cost of goods isn't going down. Your day-to-day out-of-pocket expenses when you go shopping anywhere isn't down.
Well, if you didn't have to pay as many taxes, you would have more money in your pocket theoretically.
No, because the taxes doesn't affect your paycheck. So what they actually change is are you familiar with the difference between your adjusted gross income and your net income? Do you know the three differences there?
And taxes are taken out of your paycheck, you mean?
I gave you three different things. You're referring to two.
Okay, what am I missing?
Adjusted gross income, and net. Do you know what the differences are?
When you gross, that's the amount of money you make per hour. When you gross adjusted, I'm unfamiliar with, but net would be the difference in taxes taken out of your check.
Right. So, which has nothing to do with the federal tax plan. What comes out of your check, every paycheck, has nothing to do with the federal tax plan because no taxes were actually stopped from coming out of your paycheck every month, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, twice monthly, whichever way it is that somebody gets paid, right? Your adjusted gross income is actually what you see affected, hey Dolphin, by the tax rate when you file your taxes before April 15th of 2026.
Okay.
Right. So then that's the only time you're going to see any kind of change from the one big beautiful bill, HR 1. And I'm sure you can't even iterate to me what those exact changes are.
Probably not. I'm not familiar with HR 1.
Yeah. So when we talk about this and you're saying that people are already seeing the effects on their wallet every time that they go shopping or from their paycheck, they're not.
They're not what?
They're not seeing a difference in their paycheck right now because, again, the taxes that are going to affect are based off of your adjusted gross income from when you file taxes for 2025 by April 15, 2026.
Maybe at the moment, you're correct.
Again, CPI is up 2.7%.
Okay.
Energy costs are up 13%.
Mm-hmm.
Food is up 8%. So the 2.7% isn't even including the cost of energy, nor is it including the cost of food. Those are considered volatile markets, so they're not even considered in the overall CPI. So those have different price index evaluators. So when we say all of these things, like...
Good. Hello?
Oh, is it 12%, Benita? Okay. I thought it was 8%. The economy's not doing good is the point that I'm trying to make.
I would agree that the economy is not doing good.
But you said you voted for him for the economy and that you still supported him because the economy was doing good.
Take a shift in the opposite direction. It takes time to turn that curve.
What curve? We were going down year over year on average under Biden.
You're acting like the curve turns 180 degrees on a dime. It does not.
Well, actually, it would have continued on a downward trend if Donald Trump hadn't started a tariff war with all of these other countries, right? Because we already see companies like, we actually see things like, or companies like Procter & Gamble announcing to everybody that they are now increasing their prices. Because their stock that they had built up is run out. So now they have to start purchasing again. And now that means that the cost that you see, the price that you pay at the grocery store or at the wholesalers is going to increase for what you pay for those items. And these are everyday products that people use, like Tide Pods, like one of the number one selling brands as far as detergent goes, is going up in price.
I recognize that you have a point to prove. I'm trying to get a word in edgewise. You rattled off 5 or 6 different examples. I'm not able to even go against one of them because I can't get a word in edgewise. But I will say this. When it comes to costs, companies decide on what a product will cost and what they will bring to market. Then they will decide what their profit margin is and move on from there.
Economists decide that?
Huh?
You said economists decide that?
People who bring product to market.
Okay.
The companies themselves, Procter & Gamble, GE, whoever brings a product to market, they're going to charge a cost, and then they're going to charge a profit margin, and then they're going to decide how much they think.
You don't charge a profit margin, sir.
They're going to bake a profit margin into the cost of the product. Is that incorrect, or?
No, it's just your original phrasing is they don't charge a profit margin.
I mean, we're crossing T's and dotting I's if we're going to be being so technical. I mean,
no, it's because words are important. Let's try this real quick, since we did bring up... No, it's just words are important. It's literally just because words are important. Let me try asking you this real quick, since we already circled to this topic anyways. Who pays the upfront cost of tariffs?
Who pays the upfront cost?
Yep, so who is paying the cost of tariffs to the United States government?
Tariffs?
Tariffs. You said you liked tariffs, and we had already circled into this because I was mentioning the CPI. And I brought up tariffs specifically.
I thought you said something else. I'm sorry, tariffs. What about tariffs? Go ahead.
Who pays the upfront cost of tariffs to the United States government?
The person that brings the product to market, correct?
Are you talking about the American business owner that is importing a good?
No, I meant the manufacturer.
Incorrect.
Okay. Correct me.
Yeah, I already gave you the answer. So the
Okay.
people that are
So
paying the tariffs are
who's paying
U.S.
tariffs?
companies that are importing the good from outside of the country. No matter what the
Okay.
good is. Thank you, Don, for the octopus. It could be a microchip that goes into the CPU of your car, right? Can be a microchip that's imported. Whoever is importing that microchip is the one that is paying the United States government. So a United States company is paying the United States government the tariff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Money in your
that's
pocket.
why we say that it all trickles back down to the consumer because there's only so much that a business is going to eat up in their profit margin by paying these tariffs.
You're trying to say that a business in America won't pay these tariffs to get product to market
N-
because it eats into their profit margin.
How did
Am I in? What am I not understanding? Tell me.
apparently a lot. I don't really know what even to tell you because the sentence you just said made 0 sense for what I just said.
You said that the company in America will buy the product from whatever countries they're getting their product from. They will pay a tariff. Is that correct?
Yes, the American business pays the tariff.
Then you said that that will eat into their profit margins.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That would mean that they would not want to pay those tariffs because it would eat into their profit margin, correct?
Okay. So how do they get out of paying tariffs?
How do they get out of paying tariffs?
Yeah, you just said that they want to not pay those tariffs. So how do they get out of it?
Well, America wants to bring the incentive to, they want to bring the business to America to reduce the tariffs.
Can we get every single thing sourced in the United States of America, like every raw material?
But there's also counter tariffs
Can
from the other
we
countries.
get every raw material that we need in the United States of America to bring back all sorts of different kinds of manufacturing within the United States? Yes or no?
If you want a just straight yes or no answer to that question,
It
the
is a
answer is no.
simple. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Are you aware that there are 3 different raw materials that are needed that we can't source anywhere within the United States of America for aluminum? And yet Donald Trump specifically put a tariff on aluminum, knowing that it's something that is going to have a tariff regardless of whether it was in place or not, because we have to source these raw materials from places like China in order to even make aluminum within the United States of America. So the cost of you just actually going out to the restaurant just went up in price. If any restaurant uses aluminum foil in anything that they use, the cost of you buying your alcoholic beverage just went up. The cost of you buying your indulgence of soda just also went up. Like, I think people don't understand the long-reaching effects that something as small as a tariff on aluminum foil has in the United States of America. And that's one that specifically Donald Trump touted about.
Okay. You bring up aluminum foil there as an example, but you forget to realize that countries also introduce their own tariffs.
Yes,
So
that goes back onto their own consumers.
What you said is true about American companies paying for
Okay,
these
got
products.
it. So because you don't have anything to say about the cost of goods going up all the way around because of the tariff specifically on aluminum foil, which again is used in a variety of applications. All right?
Well, these tariffs have been
So
in
you
place
gotta.
for a while. That particular tariff has been in place for a
Oh,
while.
yeah? How long has that particular tariff been in
The
place for?
cost of aluminum or aluminum foil.
How long
or
has
aluminum
that been in
cans
place
has
for?
remained relatively flat.
How long has the tariff on aluminum foil been in place for?
Probably quite a while.
No, it's new under Donald Trump because that's why he literally just announced a new aluminum foil tariff in the month of July.
Okay, well, I did not know that, so I give you props on that one. I'll agree with you when I'm wrong. I'm just saying that, however, if that is the case, there are probably counter tariffs in other countries for other products, goods, and services.
Right, which affects their bottom line, not ours. I think people don't understand it. Tariffs that are placed that, like, let's say China has a 19% tariff on the United States of America, at the end of the day, that doesn't affect the American consumers. Because that's on goods that we're exporting, which means we're already making a profit. We're selling that. The American business is selling a product into another country, right? It affects their consumer base within that country. Mm-hmm. It doesn't affect the American consumer.
What doesn't? What doesn't affect the American consumer?
You're not listening, are you?
I'm trying.
I gave you an extremely specific example. I named a country and I named an amount.
Okay, if China is making a product and bringing it into America, there's a tariff on that product. Americans consume product, therefore, product has an import tariff tax on it. Is that what you're saying?
That would be on the 30% tariff that the United States has on China, but that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about your claim about the tariffs that other countries have placed on us. A lot of people love to bring up Donald Trump going on and on and on and on and on about the dairy tariff specifically from Canada, which is at a 250% amount that we've never, ever once seen implemented because we had to sell Canada above a certain amount before that tariff was ever implemented. And we've never hit that threshold.
Okay.
Did you know that about the dairy tariff?
No.
No?
I didn't. Not that specific.
Yeah.
I'm sure they sell milk. How they sell milk is the cost of doing business again. And I'm not understanding your point though. Go with your point.
Us, the American consumers, are paying for the tariffs that Donald Trump is implementing and placing on other countries.
Yes, we do pay tariffs when we bring a product from another country into America. Yes,
no, I said the American consumer, not just the bringing it in. We all acknowledge, thank you so much, Bill. We all acknowledge the fact that the American company is the one that pays the upfront cost of the tariff. We already went over that.
You're trying to say that I pay tariffs up for a product? Yes, I do.
No,
if it comes from another country.
Goodness me.
Because that cost is absorbed into the cost of making, manufacturing, selling, and shipping the product to Americans. Are all costs not considered?
I don't even know what your question was, if I'm being honest. Yes, I was actually just about to say that, Golden. I think that's funny. Like, wisdom right now is chasing you, but you seem to run faster.
Okay, if I make a widget, let's call a product a widget. If I make widget in China, and it costs so much money to make the widget.
No, I'm okay. Really quickly, before I take this next call, TikTok, I'm going to mute you for a second. Everybody over on YouTube and Twitch, just a friendly reminder, on Twitch we have subscriptions available. If you become a subscriber, you can actually do it for free through your Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime. Over on YouTube, just a friendly reminder as well, we have memberships available. Please do consider becoming a member after you hit that subscribe button up at the top. And my goal every day is just to get 5 new members. It does just help keep me doing this 6 days a week, and that's it. I'm only on here 6 days a week for 2 hours, so I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh, yes. Excellent. I'd love to continue this conversation about tariffs.
How old are you?
That's not any of your information that you need to know. but I would love
Oh,
to
well,
know
it actually
about,
is
like,
because TikTok has
it's
terms
not.
of
I'm over the age of
service. Okay, well, then I'm done. If you can't answer a basic question, I'm done with you. That means you don't understand how to follow basic instructions. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am, yeah.
How old are you?
I am 40.
Awesome. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And do you still support him?
No, I was just going to ask if you meant to talk about the tariffs or if you were led there by the last caller.
Oh, it was one of his topics that he brought up.
Oh, like the least of the concerns. Like, A of all, when you lose, you run hills, you don't blame the refs, right? And B of all, you're just not allowed to bang kids, even if you're a billionaire. And the covering upness of all of that means no more support for hopefully lots of like very real humans. But
oh, agreed. Agreed. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad that you've seen the light if you did vote for Donald Trump for real. So
Yeah, no.
You have a
Well,
good-
it started with the pardoning of the Tesla guy. Not the Tesla guy, Nikola. I don't know if you
Okay.
remember that. There was one of the he gave Trump $2 million and then he got pardoned after being like full on actually convicted. Like went through a jury and evidence and a whole trial, and then Trump's like, yeah, no, you're innocent. And that,
Yep.
come on now, we're not here for that.
Oh no, it happened. Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna keep happening. But I appreciate you, man. You have a good night. I missed somebody's chat on. Dang it. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was so cute, Eva. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
18.
No, you're not. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
Does it matter?
It certainly does.
Okay, I'm 6.
Gotta be 18. Somebody did send a chat, and I'm sorry that I missed it. I'm not seeing it all for some reason. It's so odd. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
All right. How old are you?
19.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Do you still support him?
No, I don't, because of all the things the alleged things that he did to his daughter.
Thank you, Gilhead. Okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate you. You have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
How old are you?
25.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did vote for Trump. I think that Trump is a very good president.
So you still support him?
Yeah.
All right. And really quickly, just thank you again to whomever had sent the $5 super chat. I missed it and it won't let me find it anywhere for some reason, but I do appreciate you. And then thank you as well for saying that. Love listening to my streams. Appreciate that. All right. What is the main reason that you still support Trump?
Hello?
What is the main reason that you still support Trump?
The main reason that I support Trump is because he supports transgenderism.
If you're gonna troll, at least try to be funny. TikTok, we should already be up at above 50,000 likes, so let's go ahead and get those likes up. I appreciate you. All right, phone lines are back open. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
How old are you?
40.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you still support him?
No, I do not.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming to your senses. You have a great rest of your Monday night. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
29.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes,
Do you still support him?
of course.
What's your main reason why? That you still support Trump? Oh, you hung up. Okay. I was just disconnecting from the other person. Alright, guess you don't support Trump? I don't know how to say that. To say that works. Alright. Good point, Aslan. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you still support him?
Yes and no. At first I did. Now I'm a little iffy. Kind of what turned me off is, I mean, him going and kissing that wall in Israel just felt like kind of like a humiliation ritual, very subservient to them. And I think we need to get away from the Israel control.
Okay. So do you have a reason that you would still actively support Trump so far? Or not really?
Yeah. So I do like how he's cleaning up the streets of New York. That's good. I'm hoping he'll move it into California, clean up LA, and just a lot of the problem cities that we're having.
Oh, interesting. So you would support like governors activating their National Guard to patrol their cities that have like a high crime rate? Or just specifically the President of the United States activating their National Guard?
So I feel like Trump definitely can enact maybe some of those powers, but I'm all for the governor basically having more control than the president, and basically kind of how it used to be back when we were the 13 colonies. The governor was basically considered the president of the state.
I love the purple hair.
So I think it should be at the state's own discretion on what they want to do. I mean, if California wants to legalize drugs, have crime, that's fine. But if they want to flood it into Texas, Texas is more than able to kick them out or do whatever they want and pass their own laws. I think it would be more beneficial for the state to have each individual state's people vote on it and then have the governor kind of enforce those.
You mean like how it already is, where it's the governor's job to say whether or not they're activating the National Guard at the state level? Oh, I mean, except for when Donald Trump enacted it over California against the wishes and against the Constitution.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Exactly. But
So I just want to be clear, you support Donald Trump actively violating articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, just as long as it's to clean up something that you believe is a bad thing.
I mean, Gavin Newsom won't do anything about it, and I think he's a big issue down it.
Are you
in
aware that the
California.
majority of like I think the funniest thing about this, right, is that when it comes to states like South Carolina, West Virginia activating their National Guard to go to D.C. to patrol Washington, D.C., is that these states have cities with higher crime rates than Washington, D.C. But they're not activating it for their own states. They're activating it for Washington, D.C. So I guess they're not really that concerned about crime, especially because, you know, neither is Donald Trump, because he is the one that asked them to activate their National Guard and send those National Guard members to Washington, D.C., right? So that would also mean that Donald Trump doesn't really care about crime, because if that was the case, he would have said, hey, activate the National Guard in your highest crime rate cities.
You're awesome.
But instead he said,
Again.
send them to Washington, D.C. for me.
Well, Washington, D.C. does have one of the highest murder rates in all the country.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, let's see. Does Washington, D.C. have the highest... Sorry, let me change. Have one of the highest murder rates in the country? Let's see. I have NPR, PBS, Council on Criminal Justice.
Well, NPR is left-wing funded, and so is PBS.
Oh, okay. So Council on Criminal Justice? Which is pulling their data, you know, from like information like the CDC, the DOJ. Also pulling their information from the statistics released by Washington, D.C. All of these say that they are not, they're at a 30-year low. That means over the last 30 years, this is the lowest that Washington, D.C. has had in crime. So let's see. Let's try this. Cities with the highest murder rate.
Well, yeah, US. You know, you're going to get Chicago, L.A., New York.
Oh, so you mean you lied?
Gary. I said one of the.
Oh, but if that was the case, if it's one of the, then it should be in the top 10, right?
So I'm assuming you don't support Trump, correct?
It took you it took you 6 minutes to figure that out?
Well, no, I mean, you know, you can support some of his policies and not support him directly. But
literally on, I don't know if you were on the horizontal or portrait stream, but did you completely miss what the prompts said above my head, above the phone number?
I actually just tuned in and thought it would be interesting to call and just, you know, have a civil kind of debate.
Ooh, Rochester. I love Rochester Institute. They do such good work. Let's see.
But I think one of the biggest problems we have
is... So in the top 24, I'm going to put this up here. So let's look at top 24. Okay. Top 24 cities in America with crime. So in 2024, yes, Washington, D.C. was actually number 4. However, they've seen a decline. But even then, it was only 203. Chicago, Illinois had more with 573. But yeah. But even then, again, they've seen a decrease. Even then, saw an 18% decrease from 2023 to 2024.
Now, is that because Donald Trump has been enacting these laws and sending in...
I'm sorry, what year are we in?
Additional force?
What year are we in?
A lot can happen in 2 and 3 years.
What year are we in?
We are in 2025.
2025. And what year did I say?
It sounded like you said 2023. Did you say 2003?
I started with talking about 2024. And I said,
okay.
In 2024, I said, yes, in 2024, D.C. was ranked number 4, right? Out of all of the cities, right? But it was a decrease of 18% in comparison to 2023. If we pull up DC's crime numbers or murder rate as well, it's still less than and would put them lower down
But again, I didn't say it was the most crime-ridden city. I said
No,
it
I
was.
didn't say you made that claim. I agreed with you at the
Yeah.
beginning. I said yes. In 2024, DC was number 4.
Okay. So there's some common ground there.
Someone's asking where does Salt Lake City land. I don't know. Not in the top 24, apparently.
Probably not. There's just a bunch of Mormons over there. I don't think anything crazy happens there.
Yeah.
So do you support the open border policy on what's
There
going
was
on
no
with...
open border, sir. That's just
Well,
silly.
no. But the Democrats just want everybody to flood into our nation.
Oh, really? Goodness. Tell me one Democrat that said that.
Well, whichever one is supporting, the AIPAC and the ADL.
Who's APAC?
So those are Jewish-run organizations that have their hand in everything we do.
Yeah. Guess what? APAC only endorses people that actively support Israel.
I know.
Yeah.
Israel should be burned to the ground.
So are you telling me that, no, we're not having any kind of anti-Semitism with that either? Absolutely not. We're not doing that, just so you know.
It's not anti-Semitism.
You want an entire... I'm done, actually. I'm not even going to entertain that. If you say you want an entire country to go up in flames, then yeah, that sounds pretty fucking anti-Semitic to me. Excuse me? No. Bibi Netanyahu should go to prison. 100% endorse that. Holy fucking hell. Anyways, Alex, thank you for the 5. D. Trump is the craziest president of the last 50 years. They're 68 years old. I completely regret choosing him as my president. He calls him racist. Wow. I'm so glad, Alex, that you realized what was happening. Honest to goodness. All right, let's see. So really quick TikTok, by the way, you guys have 3 minutes to get up to 50,000 likes before I turn to sub only. Thank you. Over on Twitch and, well, specifically actually right now, YouTube, we do have super chats and memberships available. We did get 1 new member, so I just need 4 more members for the day. If we can get that, I super duper appreciate that oh so much. It does just help me continue to do this every single day. So please help support the channel. It's the best way to do it. I'm not funded by anybody. I do this completely on my own. And if you send a super chat, it does go right up on the screen, just like Alex's did. So I do appreciate you guys so much. And a friendly reminder over on Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get a free subscription through your Prime membership. Okay, guys, we're going to open these phone lines back up. If you are over on TikTok, go ahead and help me out with completing this gift goal. And then also tap in that screen and subscribe if you can. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? I'm not dealing with heavy breathing in my ears. That's weird. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
That didn't sound like somebody that was an adult. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
How old are you?
29.
Did you vote for Trump?
Did?
You did? Do you still support him?
Depends. Yeah.
Okay. And thank you, Patricia, for becoming a member over on the Red app. I appreciate that so much. We just need 3 more for the day. Okay. What is the main reason then that you still actively support Trump? Or like what is something that you still actively support that he's doing?
Well, it was kind of interesting with that last graphic you pulled up how most of those cities have Democratic mayors with AGs who have attempted to not crack down on repeat offenders.
Okay. Okay. Can you help me out with something? Yeah. On what level are laws made?
It depends.
It depends. Start from the top.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a baseline set from the top, and then states are able to elaborate it, and so on and so forth for cities, counties.
No, cities don't make laws.
Yeah, they have ordinances.
They have ordinances that cannot supersede state law. So everything
exactly
starts
what I
at the state law, right? Oh, let's see.
Yeah. And so having the authority to send National Guard into D.C. to deal with a crime problem isn't necessarily the worst thing. If the city is not going to place the proper ordinances to keep
then why aren't they in Ward 8?
Buttoned up.
Why isn't the National Guard in Ward 8 of Washington, D.C.?
I honestly don't know.
Ward 8 is the one that is seeing... No, Ward 8, W-A-R-D. It's a section of Washington, D.C. Ward 8 is the one that has the highest murder rate in Washington, D.C., and yet no National Guardsmen are sitting there. They're only in the tourist sections of Washington, D.C. So if you really cared about crime, why would you not focus...
City or town, you would not want, assumably, any of that to spread to the tourist areas where folks travel to regularly.
Oh, okay. So just let them be on their own, because now not only is he, taking control of having the National Guard standing there doing absolutely nothing, and all of the National Guardsmen admit to just being bored out of their skull while standing there doing absolutely nothing. But he's also, taking partial control of their police. He's also taken partial control out of their police force, also patrolling alongside the National Guard, which still leaves areas like Ward 8 unattended and unwatched for the needed area that was actually experiencing the high crime levels.
So would
doesn't seem
Trump
very
be
efficient
able
to me.
Enact some kind of ordinance to deal with that if the AG or the DA of that particular ward was not doing their job?
There is no ordinance that a president can enact.
Yeah, exactly. So
and we have no proof that they weren't doing their job. Specifically, Donald Trump made this whole thing saying that, oh, there's all of this crime in Washington, D.C., but I'm only going to focus on main areas and not actually go into the center of town or the areas that actually need help. You know, the ones that he literally called slums on national television?
Well, you can look up recidivism rates. That's hard data. The majority of crimes are committed by the same people who do it regularly.
Yeah, and guess what? Who is actually the ones that decide the sentencing?
That would be the attorney general or the district attorney or whoever decides whether or not they're actually going to push charges onto the individual. That happens time and time again. And that's why it's so funny that graphic that you just pointed out.
So wait, I just want to be very clear. It is specifically, I just want to be very, very clear with you, and I want to understand. Okay. So it is the district attorney and the attorney general, which is a state level position, okay, that are the ones that hand out sentencing.
They determine whether or not they want to escalate charges.
That wasn't the question that I asked.
Determine bonds. There's a lot of mechanisms on whether or not they actually enforce something. They have a lot of tools in the toolbox.
I always wonder why somebody just can't say, I don't know the answer to this question or not.
Do you talk to many lawyers?
Actually, I do.
Okay, I would
Good try,
definitely
though.
recommend bringing up this point to them and see if
Oh, you mean
district
asking them
attorneys, attorney
who?
generals
You mean asking
have
this
any
really
kind of
easy question? This is actually a really easy question with a really easy answer. Who who sets the sentencing for individuals? Which you said was the district attorney and attorney general, and still cannot admit, even now, that you were wrong or that you didn't know the answer. But apparently, I should believe you because now you're saying or making a claim that you talked to all of these attorneys, and the attorneys would be able to give you a super easy and quick response of an answer to that.
Is there a difference in sentencing between felony murder and second-degree murder?
There is. Who lays out sentencing?
Correct.
Do
So
you
when
know
the
yet?
AG decides
Who
one or the
lays?
other,
Who
they
gives the
do
sentencing? Who sentences?
Ultimately, judge, jury.
Which
based
one?
On the actual law,
Which one?
The statute.
Which one?
It is a culmination of all of these.
You just don't know it. Okay. Yeah, Bishop, like, Dude, why? Just can't. No. Juries give the verdict. They can make a partial recommendation to the judge on how much time in certain states they think that the defendant should receive. But ultimately, it is the judge who makes the final sentencing. It's not a culmination effect. It's actually crazy. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there? No? Okie dokie. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, I'm there.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, and I was just gonna. I love the discussion. I was gonna share why I support him. If that's okay.
I mean, that's the question I was going to ask, but if you can give me one moment. All right. Got to turn off calls. Decline the one that's incoming. Really quickly over on TikTok, guys. I know I didn't update it, but let's go ahead and get it up to 75,000 likes. And real quick, I'm going to mute for a second over on TikTok. I keep doing that wrong. Just a friendly reminder, guys, over on YouTube, we do have memberships and super chats available. I like to try to read the super chats between callers, but I haven't gotten anyone since Alex, but I do appreciate you, Alex, so much, and thank you for the new membership as well. So if you guys can, go ahead and send one. I appreciate it. All right. So what is the main reason that you still support Trump?
Well, I support him, but not in the way that support usually works, because it's not really about agreeing with what he says or does so much as recognizing that the figure in that chair becomes kind of a moving mirror. And if you don't stand behind that reflection, then the reflection itself starts to collapse. And then that collapse ripples out.
Yes, thank you, Calsa, for becoming a member. I did see it. I put it on the screen. Okay, interesting. I don't know what happened with that. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, wait, I just got one question. It's something bad, trust me. So, can I just, preach you some gospel real quick, please?
No, thank you. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
35.
Did you vote for Trump?
In 2016, but I support that National Guard policy.
Oh, okay.
Generally speaking.
Well, but you didn't vote for him in 2024?
No.
Okay. You get one chance to come on up. Go ahead and mute that account, Golden. that wants to be phobic in the comments. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
I voted for Trump, but I hate him now. Goodbye.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did vote for Trump.
In what state did you vote in?
I voted in Ohio.
Okay, cool. Do you still support him?
Yeah, so I do still support him. I think he's done a pretty good, job for the past few months. And funny thing is, I actually didn't support him the first time that he ran.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm glad I did change my views. I think the Democrat Party has just been horrible when it comes to policy, and there's just been a lot of dishonesty among the Democrats, and yeah. So I'm guessing you didn't vote for Trump.
Yeah, and I don't care why people voted for him anymore. We are 7 months into his active presidency. So when I'm asking people, why do you support Trump? I'm not asking you why you supported him when you cast your vote on November 5th. I'm asking why you still support him today, August 25th, 2025, 7 months into his presidency.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Yeah, so I do still support him currently. I mean, if you take a look at the crime rate, it has gone down in several cities, in several states, it's gone down. If you look at the economy has gotten way better. The prices are down.
Prices are up.
It just depends on, what state that you live in, but
overall, so we have to go by the national average, right? So we have the consumer price index, the CPI, is up 2.7%. Electric, right? So the power costs, energy costs, is up 13%. It's separate from CPI. The cost of groceries, which is also separate from CPI, is up by 12%.
Okay, but those are
nationally,
just,
it's all up. No, this is what we measure our economy on, sir. Right? Inflation was even up. For some reason, we don't have any inflation data for the month of July, which I find very suspicious because it's something that's put out every single month on the 15th of the month, and it's August 25th. So.
Okay. So, I'll tell you why or how I see it, right? I do get the stats that you did provide, right? But if you just, based on my personal life, right, the gas has gone down, under Biden, it used to be...
Gas is down national average by 5 cents.
Yeah, well, depending on which state in Ohio, it's gone way down.
You have to go based off of national average because not everybody lives in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, and not just the economy, right? But when it comes to crime has gone down. Under Biden, it was just way too much crime. And when it comes to border security, there's hardly any illegal immigrants coming through the country right now.
No, we don't know that.
Compared to, when Biden was in the office, it's definitely improved.
How many came in under Biden?
I think there was over 10 million illegals that came in.
It came in, so they crossed?
Yeah, under Biden.
So we know about all of them?
That's just the estimates, right?
No, it's not. Where are you getting this from?
I can't give you the exact source, right?
You don't know where you got it from?
But
so you don't even have an idea or an inkling in the back of your mind about where you might have gotten this, where you might have heard it from?
I mean, it's a consistent number that I
It's a
kept hearing,
consistent number?
right?
Did you
Yeah.
get it from, like, Fox News?
No, I'm actually not a big fan of Fox News.
Okay, what podcast did you hear it on?
I mean, I watch just, you know, mostly conservative podcasts.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, yeah.
You mean like Ben Shapiro?
No, I'm not a big fan of Ben Shapiro, but I do listen to Candace Owens. I listen to, right, I listen to, you know, to the Patrick David.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, those sources are not, I wouldn't say that.
They're not even sources. Do you know what the difference is between a primary, secondary, and tertiary source? Or do you know what category the individuals that you just listed off would fall under? Primary, secondary, or tertiary?
I mean, there are different sources, right? It just
What
depends
category would those individuals fall under?
I would assume that it would be secondary.
Tertiary.
Right.
Yeah. The least
But
credible.
Right. So, I mean, either way, there were more immigrants or illegal immigrants that came under Joe Biden.
What makes somebody an illegal immigrant?
Somebody that doesn't have the proper documents to stay in the United States.
No, that just makes somebody
following
removable.
the right processes.
Oh, so they didn't follow the right process. So we wouldn't know how many people came in, right? Because they would have to be an unknown number.
Yeah, but it's just based on all, like, you know, the estimated number.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where you got that number from because it doesn't sound like you have anything. So, see, here what I know is I know how many people we stopped attempting when they tried to come into this country. And crazy thing is I get this number from a primary source. Sure, who's your source?
Okay, I'll give you. This is from the House Budget Committee, right?
Oh, okay. What's the title?
The title of what? The article, or what do you mean?
What's the title? So the big letters at the very top of the screen.
Biden's border bust.
Biden's border bust?
Yeah, so if you search
BUST?
on Google, how many immigrants came in under Joe Biden? The first article, House Budget Committee.
What you
it's
didn't
a government
open
website.
up? Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. I actually can't find anything that says Biden's border bust. Nothing specifically says that. So what's the title again instead of just your AI overview?
It's not AI. I'm on Google right now. You're
awesome. AI
So the
overview.
title-
It's up there at the top. You didn't click on the little paperclip mark. Because that's not the
Right, so-
title. I literally typed in Biden's border bust House Committee. Nothing came up under that.
Right. Anyways, the title.
Oh, okay. So here's what I do know is there's actually one that is released by the House Budget Committee, and if you actually open it up and you go, why'd you hang up, man? I was actually gonna talk to you and explain this to you. All right, that's fine. Spino, I don't know what any of this means, but thank you for the $1.99. Logan, thank you for the $1.99. Amen, if that's what you believe in. And also, thank you again, Logan, for the $1.99. Amen, if that's what you believe in. And sure, Rare, good thing I'm not a leftist. All I was doing was asking questions. I didn't realize they were that hard to answer. My bad. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did. I voted for Trump in 2024.
Cool. Do you still support him?
I do.
And what year were you born?
I was born in 2004.
Awesome. All right. Do you mind if I just do a quick PSA?
Awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
I will answer this question in a moment, Calcifer. All right, 1 second, because TikTok is sensitive and I gotta mute them when I talk to everybody else. All right, everybody that is watching over on TikTok, or sorry, Twitch and YouTube, just a friendly reminder, if you're on Twitch, you can actually become a subscriber for free through Amazon Prime. If you are on YouTube, that's called a membership. We've already gotten 3 new members. If I can just get 2 new members, I would greatly appreciate you guys, and that would just be like the topper on my night. And if you remember, if you send a super chat, it does go right up on the screen, and I try to read it after I'm done with the current caller, so as to not interrupt the conversation. And now back over on TikTok, if we can get the likes up to 100,000 in the next 10 minutes, I think that's doable. And let's finish up this gift goal real quick. Subscribe if you can. All right, caller, I appreciate your patience so much for that. What is one of the main reasons that you still support Trump?
Okay, so the main reason that I still support Trump is reshoring of domestic manufacturing, and I would follow that by prevention of illegal immigration and deportations of illegal immigrants residing within the United States, both of which I think he has incurred effective policy under during this current administration.
Okay, so how exactly is he bringing back manufacturing to America?
Well,
thank
first
you,
of all,
Potato.
I would
Sorry.
quantify his or quantify his trade policies, particularly those that put pressure on countries that we export manufacturing to in the third world, such as India. The main offender, obviously, China. As I'm sure you're familiar with, we produce goods for cheaply over there, essentially undercutting the American worker and relying off of what is essentially is conducive to slave labor in order to produce cheap goods, or rather sell cheap goods in the United States. And I think that the trade pressures that he's put on these countries, mainly China and India as well, is conducive to the long-term goal of bringing manufacturing back into America. I also support his nuclear policies.
Okay,
which,
pause.
if they
Hold
come to-
on. You're doing too much, right? When I ask for one thing at a time. I'm sorry. India and China are third world countries.
No. I said to third world countries. China and India are not.
You
especially
said
China is
third
not a
world countries like India and like China.
No, I did not. I did not say like China. I said third world countries like India. I mentioned China independently, but we don't have to haggle over that point in particular unless you want to get.
India is a third world country.
Essentially, yeah. Their GDP per capita is lower than England, and they have what?
India is
1.6
projected
billion
to
people?
be the 4th highest GDP in the entire world as of
GDP
next
per
year.
capita, not GDP. GDP per capita. There's a big difference.
And how can you? Let's try this. You want to say per capita? What's the population size of India?
Oh, I would say what? 1.2 billion people.
Yeah, over a billion. Yeah, they're projected to pass number 4 by the year 2028. India is. I know you want to break it down by per capita, but we actually don't measure economies based off that, or what we consider to be a third world country. So just out of curiosity, let's see. Okay, is India a third world country? No.
Okay, is that the Google AI overview answer?
Yeah, you can also, let's see, Economic Times.
Okay, well, I'm not even exactly sure. I don't think that I referred to China, India as third world countries. I said that we export manufacturing to third world countries. And I mentioned China and India separately. I apologize if I grouped them under that umbrella inadvertently. Do you have a question, or may I continue? I don't want to go too fast for you.
No, so can you tell me exactly like what businesses have actually particularly brought all of their manufacturing as of today back to the United States?
Okay, absolutely. We do not have businesses who have bought all of their manufacturing, but for example, we have Apple, which has promised, first of all, I believe it's Kentucky that they're currently manufacturing all of the tempered glass for the iPhone screens in. And I believe that they promised somewhere in the realm of a few $100 billion of domestic renewal and monetary increase towards manufacturing in America. I don't know what particular parts, and I also know that the U.S. government purchased 10% of Intel recently.
We didn't purchase 10% of Intel. That's
Okay.
not how that worked.
Okay,
For
bought into
one,
10% of
so
Intel.
yes, Apple promised $500 billion in February, didn't do anything to actually start building anything or opening a new plant or even expanding their manufacturing before they promised another $100 billion to bring the total up to 600. Also, I find it interesting that this gets brought up, knowing that Apple promised the same thing under Donald Trump's first presidency and never followed through. Which is also why, the CEO, Tim Cook of Apple, brought in Donald Trump a little like trophy thing that had a gold bar at the bottom with the Apple symbol, right? In order to make sure that now Apple is excluded from all of the tariffs. So there is zero incentive, since tariffs are this big negotiating power, this big incentive to bring back manufacturing, zero incentive for Apple to uphold their $600 billion investment into the United States.
Okay, if you don't want to discuss Apple, if you want to render that point mute, we can discuss.
Oh, so you're
NVIDIA
conceding?
and their 500 billion. Pardon?
So you're making a concession? You're conceding?
No. I'm saying if you don't want to discuss it, I don't know if you're refuting it by claiming that they haven't begun the investment.
No,
or if
I'm
there's no
refuting it
tangible
based off of the
accomplishment.
fact that
then
I'm
February.
refuting this based on the fact that Apple made the same promise under Donald Trump's very first presidency, did not complete any single part of that pledge under his first presidency, and then bribed Donald Trump with a trophy with 24 karat gold at the bottom, and now they are exempt from tariffs.
Okay, did you use the word bribe?
Yeah.
You said bribe Donald Trump. I mean, I think that's a. I don't want to.
I mean, what would you call it if I let's say you were the president of the United States, you have tariffs on everything, right? You have tariffs, blanket tariffs across specifically targeting companies like Apple or the chip manufacturers that are continuing their work in countries like India, right? So specifically stuff like that, but then I bring you a 24 karat gold statue, right? And then within the same time, I announce you no longer, you now give me, like, I gave you that trophy, I gave you that little, like, trophy, and then you just exempted me from paying tariffs.
Well, first, I'll repeat what I said. I think that it's asinine to suggest that what's essentially the most powerful man in the free world is being bribed by a gold trophy. Secondly, I want to not necessarily refute,
got it.
but
So just because you don't think it's possible to bribe Donald Trump, it's an asinine thought. I mean, Qatar only bribed him with a $400 billion plane, right? The socialites, the high rollers of Qatar already did that. Yeah. It's so impossible. It's so impossible for him to be bribed. Yeah, it's so asinine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking, are you you're referring to the Qatari gift that serves as the primary fleet apparatus for Air Force One, correct?
It doesn't serve as that right now. It's currently sitting apart in pieces.
It's being prepped, as far as I'm aware, it's being prepped to serve as such in the future, probably towards the end of his term, no?
Oh, yeah, if they're lucky.
Okay.
More than likely, it won't even be ready by then. And by the way, let's be very clear, the Qatari the Qatari government that gave it to him, like the people that make bank in Qatar, they gave it as a personal gift to him, not to the United States government. So he gets to leave with that plane at the end of his presidency.
Okay, so, well, firstly, I don't understand. I think, once again, that it's a bit facetious to use a bribe as a way to describe this. I don't see anything wrong with us reaffirming.
You're right. Bribe is technically a legal term, so I shouldn't be using that. What is another word for bribe? Let me look that up, actually. Another word for bribe.
I think that the most powerful man in the free world isn't going to be bribed by a large
Incentive.
far as
They're
gold
giving him an
inscription,
incentive in order for him to get them away from, like, exempt them from tariffs. There we go. They're giving him an
Would you like to
incentive.
circle back to the original point of tariffs and domestic manufacturing instead of, squabbling over?
Oh, you mean the
over
fact that
bribes?
you still can't tell me a single company that's actually opened a brand new manufacturing plant as of from that wasn't promised prior to January 20th, 2025? So what you're telling me is that there's no new manufacturing in the United States that has opened up since Donald Trump has become president and initiated all of these tariffs? Oh goodness. So I just want to be very clear. You're having to agree with me at this point, or at least make a concession at this point, that Donald Trump has not got anybody to actually open a brand new manufacturing plant anywhere within the United States of America since January 20th when he became president of the United States. Is that correct? He hasn't been able to get anyone to open it? Oh goodness. Gotcha. Okay. So just to be clear, Donald Trump hasn't gotten any company to open a new manufacturing plant anywhere within the United States since January 20th, 2025, or I guess better yet, we should really narrow it down to April 1st, Liberation Day 2025, where he threatened everybody with tariffs blanketly across the board, but there has been no plant that opened up for new manufacturing that wasn't previously guaranteed to open up or promise or announce prior to January 20th, 2025? Oh, I thought you were going to let me. Oh, okay. Got it. How long does infrastructure take? How long does infrastructure take? How does... Okay. I'm okay. Hey, TikTok, don't forget to hit that follow button up at the top, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah, dumb liberal, facetious bitch. This is what happens.
Oh, there's the absolute crash out. This is the absolute crash out. Thank you so much, Ava. This is the absolute crash out social. Thank you so much for renewing your subscription on TikTok. See, this is actually what happens. See, the misogyny always ends up coming out. The misogyny always ends up coming out eventually, and I'm so glad that everybody gets to hear it. I am curious. Let's just see. We were up pretty high earlier. Oh, we're still over 1,000 views. I so wish that you were on like TikTok or something so people could actually see your account, so they can see that the misogyny came crashing out immediately when you tried to insult me. See, the funny thing is, I don't actually consider BITCH to be that much of an insult, but the fact that when you try to use it in a derogatory manner, you intend it as an insult. So I'm so sorry that it falls flat specifically on me, but it doesn't even matter to even say that, because or negates the fact that your intent was a matter in order to have an insult. So it's intent over impact. The impact was very small, but your intent is actually what matters. You literally have had shown zero self-control throughout this entire time. You even said at one point that you were going to let me speak and then just let you know when I was done. And even in the middle of me actually iterating my question out to you, you still interrupted me towards the end of it and had to get your incoming manners out, right? You still had to interrupt me the entire time. You just couldn't wait. I'm unsure why you were unable to wait, or the fact that you still want to lump me into something that I've never said I was. I guess this is also the first time ever on my stream, so you must have missed the fact that I'm not a Democrat, nor am I a liberal, but you want to keep calling me one. It's okay. I understand that it's just maybe a terminology misunderstanding for you. See, what I also know is that everybody, including like companies like Honda, that have been like, it's okay, Donald Trump, we're now going to manufacture the Civics in our plant that we've had open for years in Indiana instead of the Honda CRV. Originally, it's actually really interesting, specifically that Honda switched over from the CRV to the Civic in their manufacturing, when the CRV is actually their #1 selling vehicle within the United States of America. So instead of producing their Civic in Mexico, they've now rolled it into Indiana, right? Indiana, USA. And now the CRV, which is their #1 seller within the United States of America is going to be manufactured internationally instead of manufactured within the United States of America. Kind of a bad plan on their part. However, at the same time, it seemed to have appeased Donald Trump, and he gave them like a little pat on the head. That's kind of what they did to him, actually, was gave him a pat on the head. It's okay, Donald Trump. We're going to, just to make you feel better, we are going to move manufacturing of the Civic to Indiana. You're not even aware, Donald Trump, that we actually already have this plant in place. Yes, exactly, Lenny. I did. I literally had my hands here the whole time. It always comes out. That never fails. Hey, Cheeky, by the way. They always run. All right, let's go through here. Thank you, Gamer, for the $1.99. You're awesome. Very cool. Yes, Ash, they are, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. Mike, thank you as well for the 99 cents. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's not even talk about the fact that and thank you for the Canadian 5, while Donald Trump was in the Oval Office, he had CEOs of big companies like Charles Schwab in his office bragging to national media about how much money they made when he tanked the stock market on Liberation Day. Not Donald Trump literally told people when to buy on the stock market on his True Social. He told people when to start buying stocks, which helped all of his CEO friends, and then as a result was on national television bragging to the world, right, about how much money these CEOs made, like Charles Schwab bragging about making $2.8 billion off the American people because Donald Trump tanked the stock market with the threat of tariffs. And somebody literally says, W Donald. Wow. Okay, Jess, I encourage you to call in. I miss talking to women MAGA. I so miss talking to women MAGA. They crash out much easier than men, if we're being honest here. AZ guy. Aw, thank you so much for the 5. This is so sweet. Old guy here, if you were our daughter, we would be so proud. Your points are spot on and very well articulated. Bravo. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. That's probably like the best compliment I'll get today. So thank you so much. That I love so much. You guys have no idea. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
How old are you?
35.
Did you vote for Trump?
No.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your Monday night. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah. Hey,
how old are you?
Going?
Going good. How are you?
I am 39. I'm an older millennial.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
I did. I have been a liberal my entire adult life, and I just don't like what the party has turned into. So
we don't have. Well, for one, we don't have a liberal party in America, so it's weird to say. But do you still support Donald Trump?
Yes, I think he's doing a great job. Right now, all of our economic metrics are doing pretty good. 3% GDP. Wages are finally going up. He just brought in trillions of dollars of investments from Apple and the EU. And,
oh, you mean like the same
places.
Promises that Apple made back during his first presidency and never followed through on them, and then they just literally bribed him on national television and he took them away from having to pay tariffs? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, see, tariffs, you guys want taxes on corporations, right? Tariffs are a tax on corporations.
I'm aware.
That's what they are. That's who pays them. And
Except
like
there's an
taxes,
issue.
It gets passed on, and it gets passed on to the consumer.
That's actually not
It
true.
honestly hasn't really been an issue to this point.
Can you
as far
point
as,
me in the... Oh, this looks like a cool gift. Guys, I'm just doing one of these because I've never seen this before, and now I'm just super curious about this. Okay. Can you point me in the direction of a correlation causation that says that that proves that when we raise corporate taxes, that the cost of goods also go up? Can I find a peer-reviewed study that proves that?
Yeah, it's called the Laffer curve, basically. Like when you tax
Is that
something
I'm
to
sorry,
a certain
the
point.
Laffer curve is now a peer-reviewed study, or is that just a hypothesis?
No, it's not a hypothesis. At some point, there's diminishing returns. So, like right now,
So you don't have a
of the
peer-reviewed
population are
study.
paying. You won't let me finish the thing I'm saying, ma'am.
No, I mean,
Right.
I literally asked you for a peer review study that proves that when we increase corporate taxes, the cost of goods also increase. Is there a correlation causation that's been peer reviewed that can point to that happening? Yes or no?
I'm sure there is some. It's pretty basic economics. When your costs go
Basic
up, when
economics? Oh.
Yeah. When your cost, if I'm a corporation and I have to pay payroll, I have to pay taxes, I have to pay all of those things. Eventually, when those costs get raised, it will be passed along to the consumer. Of course, that's true. Why wouldn't that be true?
So is the opposite true? That when corporate taxes are lower, that the cost of goods decreases?
Yeah.
Hold on. One second. Hold on one second. Oh my god, that is such a cool gift. Sorry, I needed silence for the playback. That was really cool. If you could see it, you would have been amused too. Okay, so is the opposite true? That when the corporate taxes are lowered, that the cost of goods, thank you so much, by the way, Moose, the cost of goods also decreases. I'm asking very easily,
Trickle down, right? Or trickle down, right? Is
does,
what you're saying, right? Like
no, I'm not
trickle down
saying
economics.
trickle down. I'm asking you a very blanket question. When we lower the corporate tax, right, do we also see a decrease on the CPI, the Consumer Price Index for individuals, like when we lower the corporate tax?
Well, the CPI is dependent on inflation and other like different factors.
I'm aware, but I'm just asking, like, but you're still not even able to answer my basic question.
You won't let me. You won't let me. When corporations have less costs, then yes, they can pass that along with cheaper prices, and the inverse is true. With more costs, it gets more expensive.
Oh. See, we actually don't see that. There is nowhere that you can point in the direction that every time or any time that we've lowered the corporate tax rate, that also the cost of goods goes down. Like the price of goods goes down.
Well, of course not, because
we
the
don't
cost of
see
goods
that.
never goes down because inflation always goes up. So the cost of goods are never going down, but they can
Oh,
remain at least flat.
fantastic. Now, do you understand how corporate tax works?
I mean,
Do you happen to be in accounting?
Understand?
Do you happen to be in accounting?
No, I am not an accountant. It's just basic physics of money. If you
Basic
have more
physics of money.
If you have to spend more to get your product to market, then the costs are going to have to be folded in somewhere.
How are they?
I mean, that's not,
I'm
that's
sorry.
Not controversial.
When do corporations pay corporate tax?
When do corporations when they file their taxes, they pay it.
Oh, so you're telling me that it's not an upfront cost, it's a cost on the back end?
It's not part of their COGS. No, it's a different line item, but it doesn't affect.
But it's a cost on the back end. It's not an upfront cost, right?
It's their overall. It's subtracted revenue minus. I think you're an accountant, so you're trying to trick me. But it's revenue minus costs equal. So I haven't taken accounting since college, but basically, yes, what you're left with is profit after you have your cost of goods sold, after you have your taxes. Everything less is profit. So when you have less profit, you have to make that up somewhere. This isn't controversial. This is lemonade stand would have a lemonade stand would have the same macro effect.
You do realize that corporations, while they might show on a profit loss schedule that they are making a small amount, it's actually not necessarily the true amount that they make, because there are these things that they get that are called expenses that they can write off, but they might not necessarily have been true expenses. So there's plenty of businesses, for example, like Amazon, that has paid $0 in corporate taxes because of the way that they did their taxes. So, for example, in cases like these, if we actually raise the corporate tax rate, Amazon would see no negative because they're already found the way that they can expense themselves down where they're showing a business loss.
How many people work for Amazon?
Payroll is a deduction. It's an expense.
No, that's not my question. How many people work for Amazon? Because you know.
Don't know. You tell me.
So, I imagine they employ 500,000 people, and all of those people pay taxes. They also pay. I'm not an expert on corporate taxes. Yes, if you tax people more, it gets passed on. I just wanted to correct some of the things you said, like the plane that Qatar gave Trump, that was given to the Department of Defense.
Hold on. We're gonna stick with.
Hold
on. We're not done with tariffs and taxes and corporate taxes and everything like that. So here's the difference that people don't understand. Okay, is that corporate taxes are paid on the back end if they're paid at all, because plenty of corporations actually see a return because they are able to deduct so much in expenses that they are showing a business loss, even though they're still able to give out money to their shareholders and their board members, right? So the people that get paid off of their equity in the firm. Guess what? So no, but I'm not done. It's okay. Hold on 1 second. Got it. All right. But the difference is a tariff is a 1-to-1 ratio paid up front on the front end, because they have to. That's their upfront operating costs that they now have to plug onto their product that they put out on the shelves. So that is an upfront cost that they have to pay, that automatically gets passed on to the consumer about, let's just say, 85% of the time. Not 100%. We will all give that, right? But it's about 85% of the time that gets directly passed on to the consumer. There is nothing anywhere that you can point me to that would prove that when you raise corporate taxes, that the product that goes out on the shelf is automatically going to increase. Because again, taxes are paid on the back end. And if they actually increase the cost of their product going out on the shelf, they would then have to find another way to bring out another expense to bring back down that profit margin for their profit and loss summary that is put out at the end of the year, that they then use to file their taxes on. There is no benefit for a company to increase their prices.
These tariffs are taxes, and they're not raising the price of goods by your own logic,
No, I
right?
didn't say that at all. What percentages of companies did I say probably more than likely raise their prices on products? What percentage did I say?
What percentage?
What percentage did I say? It's 0%. That's not what I said. So you're not listening?
No, you said a lot of things. I was trying to say other things, and you were.
Got it. You're just not listening. I said about 85%. Oh, I'm sure you're still listening. So let's be clear. Big companies like Procter & Gamble have already announced that they're raising their prices. So you just automatically saying that 0% of companies are raising their prices, knowing that there's at least one that I can name offhand that's already admitted that they're going to need to raise their prices. Wow. All right. Sonny, thank you for the $2.79 in Canadian. MAGAs are stuck in a narcissistic cult. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't disagree with you. Aslan, I'm going to get to yours in a second. Oh, stop. I think you spelt that wrong. So I'm going to help you out with something. Loof. So you meant to have a different letter in there, and the use of that term is actually a slur. It's ableist, that is no longer allowed, and the word that it's referencing isn't even used in today's medical society. So congratulations on showing your ableist and hateful rhetoric. $5 more says you can't have the next caller on without talking over them. I'm so sorry, if I upset you. Fellow man, if I've upset you somehow. Oh, wait. I'm actually not sorry. Oops. Inko says only the R bigots and self-haters support him because they would lie, cheat, and steal because they are the ones making Grinder go down. Cheers, mermaid. Cheers to some water. Oh, I need to open this back up. If you guys think that me sitting closer to my microphone means that I'm yelling at somebody, then you are super upset. This isn't yelling at somebody. I could yell if I chose to. I choose not to. I'm sorry you've never heard, like, have you never been talked to someone close by in the microphone? I'm so sorry. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Nigger.
You're awesome.
Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, no, I was just on and you hung up on me.
Yeah, because you weren't paying attention. An NPC safe space. This isn't a safe space. I'm just letting you know that that's rhetoric that's no longer acceptable in today's society. And if you don't understand that, that's your problem, not mine. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I hate faggots.
Sounds like a personal problem. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh, yeah.
How old are you?
4.
Maybe 14. Thanks for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
I am 26.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Do you still support him?
Yes, because I think this administration doing is something about the general mismanagement that what happened at HHS and OR when it came to the placement of unoccupied alien children. Like, for instance, they have already tackled like a majority of the massive backlog of reports involving undocumented children. We knew that previously that 11% of migrant children who were placed, who are like under 12, were placed with unvetted sponsors who are not their parent or legal guardian. We know the vast minority of biological parent-child relationship or supposed were never verified. We know that children were released to locations that did not exist. Like, we know that they failed to connect home studies on many of the children who were under 12. But from what I could tell, there's more of a focus this go around, and so I'm happy with that regard. I'm seeing better results.
Do you have
or
a
at least
source?
a focus on, I should say.
Okay. Do you have a source that tells me that all of these missing children were found, or that percentage was found?
13,000 that were located. I know. I know that.
Oh, come back.
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can now. Sorry, it went quiet, so I just
I
want
thought that was my fault. My bad.
Okay. So what's the source?
So, which are you talking about, like the ones that were located, or like? Because if you're asking that, like asking if they were all located, they were not.
No, I didn't say all. I just said the percentage
I just
that
wanna
you
make sure.
claimed.
So I know 13 from like an ABC article. It said that 13,000 were located. Let me look it up right here. You type fast. So I know that they already started probing HHS for lax vetting standards. They have committed to wellness checks, bringing back rapid DNA testing. Let me get you the actual name. DHS leads efforts to rescue child victims of sex and labor trafficking. They said that they've located 13,000 UACs, 4,000 investigation leads were created, and they already arrested 600 sponsors for potential child abuse or other serious
I'm waiting
crimes
for a
during the
non-right-wing source that says this. Because see, when
the
I look it up,
Homeland Security.
so currently right-wing source, got it. So
whole,
it's
wait,
a
Department of Homeland Security
it's a
is
press release,
right-wing?
sir. It's a press release.
release, okay.
It literally says press release, which means for them, it's them speaking to their base to talk about it. There's nothing that shows me where I can go in and actually see this number or an exact report that proves that these were found. So the only other ones that I see this being reported on is News Nation, which is right-wing, and they just lost the lawsuit, right? Where now they have to pay out millions of dollars. The New York Post, which is extreme right-wing. American Immigration Council, which is an anti-immigration group founded by a white nationalist. Extreme right-wing bias, extremely unfactual. So I'm not seeing anything that I can actually find and is provable.
Okay.
Similarly enough, about all of the missing children that were occurred, it's that it was already proven that about, I think it is, I'd have to go and find it real quick. I don't want to misspeak. But the majority of the individuals, BBC, this is where it was. The majority of the number that they're talking about, what it was is they didn't even get their notice in the mail about them showing up to court. So it was literally 291,000 migrant children received no court notices at all, which is why they didn't show up to court.
And they should have received those court notices. That's what I mean by mismanagement.
It wasn't mismanagement.
It was absolutely mismanagement. For instance, there was 11,000 migrant children who were placed with sponsors who were not their parent or legal guardian. And they were not even fingerprinted or had a background check. That is 100% true. It is, if you want the exact number, it's 11,000.
Right, because they were separated or they didn't have their family member when they stopped at the border, right? It was either they were taken from their family. Do you have proof that these sponsors that they were housed with were unvetted?
Yes. So if you want to look, so this is from... if you want to look it up, it's called HHS to Grassley. And if you go to page 9 of that report, it will give you the breakdown of the status
What's
of
the title of the report?
The title is called HHS to Grassley.
TWO?
From the administration. Say one more time.
To Grassley, TWOGRSSLEY?
Grassley, GRASSLEY. HHS to Grassley.
TWO.
I don't, TWO, I don't know where you're, no, sorry,
HHS
TO,
to,
sorry. HHS space TO to Grassley, like A to B. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're referring to a senator's press release?
No, it's HHS to Grassley. I'm talking about the actual report where it actually has the statistics. This is the statistics you're asking for.
This took me directly to like HHS to Grassley.
Is it a PDF or it should be a PDF?
It is, but it's directly. Listen, I'm gonna give you Grassley.senate.gov. So it is a senator's press release.
Right. If you go to...
It is a senator's press release.
Ma'am, the statistics
Grassley
are
is
there
a senator.
Go to page 8. And
Reference... Oh, this is great. Reference via a post on social media website X.
Table
4.1
summary of fingerprint and or
as his source.
For category 2 and 3.
He cited Twitter as his source.
Can you... What? Hold on. Go to
cited Twitter
I'm watching your screen
as
now.
his source.
Open it up. What are you looking at? Open that link. The screen is on delay for me. Can you look at the PDF? Sorry, I'm not trying to irritate you, ma'am.
I just want to point this out. Reference via post on social media website X. This senator is referencing X as a source, sir.
For which source? I don't see where you're seeing on. Let me see.
Are you?
via post.
God damn.
I didn't mean to irritate you, ma'am. I just didn't know what you were talking about. I'm looking at the PDF. Like, if you go to page 8, table 4.1, it gives you the statistics that you're looking for. It says the summary of fingerprint and or background check for category 2B and 3 placements. The number of people where sponsors fingerprint and or background checks not requested or not received was 5.62%. This is the percentage of UACs that were given to, let me double check. They were not given to
There are
parents
0 sources
or legal
referenced.
guardians. I'm sorry?
There are 0 sources referenced aside from the very top one referencing social media X.
What are you
Twitter's
searching?
website.
I didn't
I'm
see.
on. I'm literally on your PDF
You don't need
file.
to raise your voice. I'm being
I'm
polite.
literally on the PDF of
Okay.
Senator Grassley's press release that offers me no direct data or citing of sources. So this could
It
even
does.
be fact checked.
It does. But you don't want to look at it, I guess? If you, I mean, I have
Where?
other evidence if you want to look at that.
Let's
Such as the fact
see.
that it did not conduct
Table
home
3
studies
has
for
nothing
80,000
in
migrants.
there. Let's see. Table.
to
That one
page
has
8.
nothing underneath it. That table has nothing underneath it. That one doesn't say anything about where it's at. Page
4.1,
8 doesn't
table
tell me.
1.1.
And again, this doesn't cite its source. I'm looking at 4.1. Where is the source? There isn't a
This is from
source.
HHS. The article is called HHS to Grassley. Right?
Senator,
From
you're okay.
Administration
Let's
for
try this
Children
again.
and Families. Office of
Who is
Assistant Secretary.
Grassley? Who is Grassley?
Senator Grassley, thank you for your request for
Senator
information.
Grassley.
Yeah, he
Great.
requested it.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you do not need to yell at me. You don't need to yell at me.
It's not yelling if I'm just talking close to my microphone. Are you okay?
My phone, so
Are you okay? No, sir. It's literally just like hurting my brain.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I mean, if we want to hang up right now, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to annoy you, but I mean, I have other evidence if you want to look at that.
You haven't
they
provided
didn't seem-
anything
Okay. Do you want
outside.
another one? I understand if you don't like that, but I can give you more. I can give you more data. For instance, they failed to DNS biological parent-child relationships. for
Right,
most
because it's unethical to do that, sir. Because you do understand that some
verify
children,
biological
some
parent and child?
because some children
How
are
do you?
adopted. Some children are adopted, sir.
All right, and how do you?
So then
verify
that's going to negatively impact them if they lost their papers on the route or if they were stolen from them. Because we know human
Then how do we
trafficking
verify these
exists.
parents? Like, let's say
You
a parent
literally
says
can't.
that
So
this
what
is
you're
my
telling me
biological child.
is that they're not all going to say that they're their biological child. It's also unethical
what if
to
they do?
they
We can
they
verify that,
never
right?
just to be clear, Donald Trump and his administration never proved what they were doing with the DNA tests after they were done.
Okay.
And they still didn't reunite family members after the DNA tests were proven. Like, this is Donald Trump's, like, primarily this is his fault, right? The family separation policy happened under Donald Trump. The DNA testing stopped under Donald Trump as well because it also proved to be cost ineffective during the time. But there was zero also proof of what they were doing with those DNA tests afterwards, which if they kept it on file in any way, any database, then that's fucking illegal.
We do that with Child Protective Services. They routinely do blood tests. If we did this with Child Protective Services, why can't we do it
CPS
with
does
the
blood
CRO?
tests on kids?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they do. They
interesting.
do
Let me
wellness
see.
checks. That's what we should have. They failed to do that.
Does
the previous
CPS
administration.
do
They
DNA
can.
tests?
They absolutely
DNA
can.
tests. And
There's plenty of places that just ask
retain
for it.
the
I think that's the
data.
best way you can verify. Like, it's the best way to verify. If a parent says that this is my biological child, I think if we don't have anything other to go off of,
see,
then
I
we should
love
test
how
that.
you guys are never clear. CPS can only obtain a DNA test when it's court ordered.
Okay, and I think it should be a court order to DNA all parents that claim that, like, these are childs that come across the border unoccupied. They claim to be their, like, biological parent. Then we should absolutely DNA test them. only like 0.01% of all aliens who claim to be part of a family unit along the Southwest Southern border,
0.01%.
0.01% were DNA tested that claim to be part of a family unit. Would you like statistics on that as well?
The policy was stopped under Donald
I
Trump.
can't hear you.
The policy was stopped under Donald Trump.
Okay, no, it was Biden who chose not to renew the DNA testing. There's been reports saying that they jettisoned it. You're gonna have to talk. You can't talk like that. I don't know what you're saying. Talk like an adult, please.
Are you
Are we
okay?
good? I'm doing fine, ma'am.
I don't think so.
It doesn't seem.
You
I'm
don't
sorry?
seem to understand what a source is, or to not give me a biased source.
CBP administered 314 familial DNA tests to verify biological parent-child relationship. That is 0.01% of all aliens who claimed to be part of a family unit. And if you don't care about protecting them, that's fine, but I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
They
can you
also-
give me
they
an
did not
unbiased
have-
source
hey, If you
yet?
want the stats, I'm here to give them to you, but I don't think you want them.
You haven't given
Do you
me an
want the stat about
unbiased source yet.
Okay.
Can you give me an
So this one
unbiased
is
source yet?
This is from the Office of Inspector General, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. This is the final report.
Okay.
It's called CBP's lack of familial DNA testing limits detection of fraudulent relationships. Let me know if I need to repeat that.
Limits. What's the last part? CPA lack of
Detection
DNA
of fraudulent relationships.
detection of
CBP's
fraudulent.
lack of familial DNA testing limits detection of fraudulent relationships. It was released in on July 7th, 2025. So this is recent, so I don't blame you for not reading it.
Gotcha. So let's see.
And let me know when you get there, and I'll tell you which page to go to.
Oh, see, what I like to do is actually go through things on my own.
Okay, well, it's on page 9, because
How did
like
we
you can go through whatever you
audit?
want, but the statistic that I'm citing, I can direct you to it.
So, congratulations. They didn't perform DNA tests. That wasn't the claim or the part that I was refuting?
Right. Oh, no, I didn't think you weren't. I'm saying that's bad, and I would classify that as mismanagement. I think that is a bit.
Oh, you would.
that's
Got
bad.
it. You would just classify that as mismanagement. Got it.
Right, in my argument, because that's the argument I was making.
Yeah.
I think this administration is doing better with the mismanagement of this. Sorry, they're doing better than I think HHS was doing a very poor job, and as well as ORR, IS as well.
What does HHS stand for? Did you mean to say DHS?
No, HHS.
What does
Well, I
HHS
think
stand for?
Department of Health and Human Services.
Yeah. So did you mean to say DHS?
No. The ORR goes through HHS. It doesn't go through DHS.
Oh, okay. So who's responsible for finding these children exactly, or who's responsible for the children? Is it HHS or DHS? Honest question.
ORR is responsible for the well-being after they're placed.
Oh, okay.
So technically HHS.
So whose responsibility is it when they don't show up to court?
Good question. What do you think?
No, I'm literally asking you. You seem to think you've done a lot of extensive knowledge on this, so.
Well, not enough, clearly. Do you know? Is it
No,
I?
I'm literally asking you. I do not know.
Oh, no. I don't know the answer. You're going to have to tell me.
I literally said I do not know.
You do not know?
I just want to point this out, guys. It's really easy to say when you don't know something.
Knows, I mean, I don't know. Who is supposed to be track of this? I know the Biden-Harris administration did not conduct home studies on 80,000 migrant children under the age of 12, which HHS regulates require home studies before releasing child 12 years or younger to sponsors who do not claim to be their parent or legal guardian.
And you still only have press releases to show this, right?
For which one? That last one?
Anything.
Oh, I mean, was that not good enough? I mean, it's an exact number, and if you think they're lying, go ahead, say it. But I think that's if you don't want press releases, I mean, I did give you the one previously about how they failed to
Yeah, that was
verify
a press
biological families.
release.
That
And
was,
then
oh
you
no,
gave me
that was not press
something
release.
directly from
No, that was from the Office of
which
Inspector
is
General. I think we're talking about the wrong one. I mean, the fact that, many of the addresses that we received from these young children were like, a lot of them were either blank, undeliverable, or missing apartment numbers.
So
If you want
I
to
do
censor
find
that.
it like, so I know I said this before and I'm going to reiterate
Uh-huh.
it again, that to me, right, I wasn't arguing about the DNA testing, but you seem to keep doing it. How could they have performed DNA testing if it was discontinued in the
If it
last
was
administration?
Yeah, no, it was not discontinued. It was Biden who chose not to renew their contract.
It
for
was
DNA.
discontinued in the last administration.
Okay, well then why are they doing rapid DNA testing now? They have already said they're doing that.
Oh, because then it was started by the current administration, correct?
It could have been. It doesn't matter to me if it was started this time or I don't like. Donald Trump was like his first term was like years ago. I don't care about that. I'm talking about this time. They're doing rapid testing now, and I'm glad they're doing that. They should have under Biden. There was. I mean, I can give you more examples of how grossly mismanaged this was. Like, if you want to see the other report that I have from the Inspector General, they said that during one visit, the audit team and ERO officers attempted to locate 2 addresses where HHS frequently released UACs, but those addresses never existed.
Oh, really?
None of them. Yeah. Of the 34 UACs released to those 2 addresses, only 2 were in immigration proceedings, and one of them subsequently failed to appear in court. That's unacceptable. ICE was never, they weren't always aware of location of, many of the UACs that even fled HHS custody. I think there should be more focus on this.
So did they flee custody or were they placed? Did they flee custody or were they placed?
They fled HHS custody. Nothing about being placed. Like, they left without giving them notice.
Gotcha.
Like, in one of their UAC runaways, they even admitted to murdering someone in their home country. Had an international arrest warrant, and as of August 2024, the UAC has not appeared in court and has not been located. So that was someone dangerous.
Yeah.
As of October 2024, more than 600 UACs were released to sponsors were later arrested in the United States, although this is less than 1% of all UACs who cross the border between fiscal years 2019-2023. It illustrates the need for ICE to effectively monitor UACs in the country.
Mm-hmm.
According to an ICE headquarters official, actively monitoring cases can help mitigate risk to non-detained settings.
And where are you reading this from?
I am reading from a report called ICE Cannot Effectively Monitor the Location and Status of All Unoccupied Alien Children After Federal Custody. That was a long one. Let me know if I need to repeat that. I can tell you which page it's on as well. I am also not looking at your stream.
It's not up on the screen.
All right.
Probably, Richie. Didn't we already have this one up? No, it's a different one. Okay. See, I guess this goes back to when I was asking you whose responsibility it was. So now are you saying it was ICE?
It could be. I think it should be someone's responsibility.
But still didn't get an answer. So listen, I'm not going to be the one that says that the migrant children haven't been mishandled to some degree under all administrations. This includes Donald Trump because he's the one that started the policy, right?
Started the policy when it came to
separating families at the border.
I care less about that than I do about the safety of the children. Of course
you do. Yeah, well, no, that ties directly into the safety of the children. If your primary complaint was that these children weren't placed with family members, but they were just placed with unvetted sponsors per your claim, which again, no source has said that anywhere. that I've seen that wasn't a press release, which is not a source.
Right. So all those numbers just are made up. We can just assume, right? Like just off the bat. So if I didn't come back to you later
Yes,
on, where
even
exactly
the
they came
Obama
from.
administration separated family. That is also correct. But so you see, this has been like a continuing issue for the longest time. That this family separation issue. So when you're complaining about the fact that they were misplaced or they're not found, and I don't know if you remember this, but I already cited my own source and claim about how that all of these children, they weren't missing, they just weren't ever served.
I never claimed that they were missing. Yeah, we just can't monitor the location, which is unacceptable. Like if, let's say, someone from Child Protective Services came to me and they asked me where my kid is. Let's say it was a wellness check. One of these things that, you know, it was in the press report. It doesn't make sense, right? You said it wasn't true. But if someone came to me for a wellness check and they said that, hey, where is this child? I don't know. I don't know where it is. I'll go to jail. We should always monitor where these people are when we put it with them. Not to mention, I mean, we deliver them to addresses that don't exist. Like that's the easiest way to verify something is making sure the details exist, right? That they're real. Because a lot of I'm reading this right now. In March 2025, HHS identified a backlog of more than 65,000 reports regarding children who came across the border unaccompanied. Since discovering this, HHS stood up a triage center, modernized outdated software systems to triage and action all reports. As of July 24, 2025, more than 59,000 of the backlog reports have been analyzed and processed, resulting in more than 4,000 investigation leads, including fraud, human trafficking, and other criminal activity. This is from ABC News. Is ABC News right wing or left wing? I can't remember. I think it's
ABC News is a biased source that I don't reference.
Okay. So is it left wing or is it right wing?
I don't care. I don't look at biased sources
Well,
like
if it's a left wing with a right wing argument, it's usually good indicator that's reliable. That's how I go. It's a
good indicator? No. Got it.
It's a decent indicator that it could be probably right. Well, I mean, let's say if Donald Trump says he was wrong, that's something that everyone would buy, right?
You're awesome.
Repeat that last part because I didn't hear you.
Forget it.
Well, I mean, if you interrupt the middle of your word with then it's a good indicator for why I can't hear what you just said, which is when I asked you to repeat it, and then you just laughed and said, "Oh, okay. Well, have a good night, man." Again, like
have a great one.
Do your thing, bro. Hey, Style, I'm gonna go ahead and address yours first, and then get back to the rest. We weren't arguing anything. I don't know if you realize this, but this wasn't anything to be cooked over. His whole claim was DNA testing good. Bad Biden for having low DNA test numbers, and then ignoring the fact that DNA testing was not a policy of the Biden administration. He didn't know who's supposed to be handling the migrant children, but this was his topic of choice.
You're awesome.
Chakao, it's because it takes me, I try not to interrupt. I try not to interrupt my calls with super chats. Okay? So, like, I have a lot to get through, so you're going to get to it. I'm going to get to you. Trump, thank you for the Canadian 279. From Sunny. Elon defunded CSAM. I don't know that one. Elon. I can't find anything on that. Oh, child content spreading. Oh, interesting. I didn't know what that acronym was, so I appreciate that.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much, AZ, again. Okay. Waiting in an airport for a storm to pass. This is an interesting way to pass the time. How do I just subscribe for a year? Sonorists are the people who hold these alternative facts, people accountable for what they're basing opinions on. Bravo. I don't know if... Hold on, TikTok. TikTok is sensitive. I don't know, AZ, if YouTube lets you prepay for a membership past 1 month at a time, if you're still listening. I don't know if they allow that. If you find out, let me know. I'm going to come back to yours in a second. Again, Luffy, it is derogatory. You don't, and you're still saying the word wrong. Good for you. Argue like an adult. In which way was I being a child? Do you know? Crickets? Because you don't have the guts to call into the stream?
You're awesome.
Fun fact. Democrats and Donald Trump, during Donald Trump's first presidency, created the 7.3 million Venezuelan immigrant crisis when they destabilized Venezuela in an attempt at their oil by installing a U.S. puppet. No, that is 100%, Chaco. That's why on Donald Trump's last day of presidency, full day of presidency in 2021, on January 19, 2021, he signed an executive order granting Venezuelan immigrants all TPS, temporary protected status, which made them not deportable or not removable. He's literally the one that assisted in not only the crisis that he's now blaming the Biden administration on, right? He is the one that created the problem and then granted all of them that came to the United States of America temporary protected status. Same on here, Belcher without the period and added a 0 at the end. I can't say it. Arrogance and confidence are two different things. Oh. You got something right. Congratulations. I'm clapping for you. Yay.
You're awesome.
You got something right. I'm so sorry I missed this then. Fun fact, Democrats in DT during... Wait, no, didn't I read this? Sometimes they come in twice. I did. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't avoiding your super chat again. It's just, again, that I tried to get through the conversation and then look at the super chat. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I was looking at the camera the entire time. My camera is not on my computer screen, so I don't get to see them. Okay, fellow man. Took restraint. It didn't take restraint. I just... Again, anything negative or abusive happening to children is not a bad... is a bad thing, right? So I don't want anything bad to happen to children. So there's... Aside from me laughing at the fact that he didn't understand what a press release was, or that he was referencing a senator's direct website and not something that represents the Department of Homeland or Health and Human Services, just saying. So, Style, you must also be new, but I'm going to tell you guys this, and I'm going to repeat this again, hopefully for maybe the last time ever on my stream. As of today, right? Or even we can just say as of November 7th, right? Of 2024. Kamala Harris is irrelevant. She is not running for president. She is not running for a public office. She is irrelevant in the public spectrum. Political spectrum right now. She is irrelevant. I will put this out to you as well. That when it came to anything that was currently happening in the current administration and what we see with the economy right now, Kamala Harris could have done absolutely nothing, and it would have been better than Trump and his tariff war, tanking the stock market so that his billionaire friends and CEOs can make billions of dollars off of it Again, this was held in a press conference in the Oval Office on public television, him bragging about how much Charles Schwab made after he tanked the stock market, put out on True Social, "Now is a great time to buy." She would have been impeached already if she did half the shit that Donald Trump has done. Let's be so for real. Google it, I dare you. Better people to VU to be. What? I always do have these conversations one-on-one. Does that hurt your feelings? I have these conversations one-on-one. Does that actually offend you?
You're awesome.
Arrogant fool. I just want to point out this real quick, guys. At this point, Luffy, I think that's how you say it, he is a super fan. I don't know how much he's paid me, but he just continues to throw money at me. So thank you for being a super fan. Oh, is that what his English was trying to be? Because that was not as... Better people to VU for to debate. What? See, I don't know what this... Paint is trying to explain this. It looks like better people for you to debate. Damn, that took a sec. Yeah, that did. It just like, if that's what he meant, double check before you hit enter. Honestly, guys, who is better for me to talk to? Because these aren't debates. Debates require a moderator, right? So there is no moderator here. Just saying. And yes, Megan is correct. ACAB includes the tone police. Let's see. I wanted to get back to AZ real quick. So AZ, again, thank you so much for the 50. That means a lot to me. If you become a member on YouTube, I am not sure how you can subscribe for more than 1 month because I am not familiar with it. And yeah, sorry, TikTok, get over it for a second. I'm not sure what YouTube does in that regards. But if you do become a member, I always encourage it. I was trying to look for 2 more members on this stream. I can't speak today. 2 more members on the stream. I got 3. We did great. If you're even still at an airport, I would assume. I don't know. Exactly. See, look, he says that he is still here. Finally, someone who knows the rules of debate. That's what I'm saying, guys. This is not a debate. These are conversations. Because in order to have a debate, there is a moderator. There is typically a judge. That's not always required, but there is a moderator, and then you have specific times that you are allotted to speak. You are allowed a specific set amount of time to speak, and then you get the opposite. The other reason why I can say that this is not a debate is because going into a debate, both parties have to agree on basic facts. Unfortunately, what I find a lot of the time is that MAGA can't agree with basic facts. One fact, for example, is what an encounter means. I was also on the debate team, actually, AZ, so that's really funny. I did Lincoln Douglas debate. I did, oh gosh, I listed out everything that I did when I was in speech and debate. I did Congress. There was one other one that I did. Oh, goodness. I can't remember it. But that was all on the speech side. You have to be able to agree on basic facts. But the majority of MAGA can't even tell me what an encounter is. And guys, I have a hint for you. It's defined on CBP's website. Encounters are defined on CBP's website. No Master of Puppets because I'm 19 minutes over my stream time. I was just here to continue to talk to AZ. I will tell my family that. My dad, I'm sure, will really actually appreciate that. So I hope you come back, AZ, just so you can figure out how to become a member for longer than 1 month, because I honestly don't know what YouTube does. Okay, well, they operate similarly. There's a difference. Okay, let's see. Trump. Deferred and forced departure. Thank you. I will take the correction. Thank you, Jarrett. So deferred and forced departure, that's where they couldn't be removed from the country for, I want to say, was 180 days. Let's see.
You're awesome.
Waiting for it to load. Doesn't want to load. Okay, let's try this again. Is a benefit authorized by the President of the United States that protects certain individuals from departure. Right, but I'm trying to see. I don't remember how long he did it for. I think he did it for 180 days. All right. Chunt change. I'm driving, by the way. Your blah is entertaining. There are better people for you to debate. Good job rage baiting, by the way, lols. Thank you for the 5. Thank you again for being a super fan. Yes, they are a little bit. Look, see? People understand. I appreciate finding being corrected. I appreciate taking on new knowledge. I like that. Do you guys not like that? Like, is that not a thing? Citrine, thank you so much. Thank you, Citrine, for becoming a member. Can we get one more member? Why did you zoom in? Zoom out. Hello? Shit. Sorry. I don't know why it zoomed in. I do, Giselle. I love your purple hair. It looks so pretty in that picture. Get all your AP homework done. Good job. Okay. What? Oh, Calcifer. Hold on. Oh, you were asking, Calcifer, if I was ever going to run for public office. Okay. At this time, no. After 4 years, maybe. There are many reasons I don't want to start a campaign so close to coming into an election year, right? Like for Congress. I'm okay with that. Let me get my feet more into the water. If I do something, it'll be more local in my area. My own area before I even run for a higher level of public office. Both DED and TPS were created by legislation, so there's no reason Republicans should be trying to gut either unless for political gain. Ah, it makes sense. Citrine, I'm not saying that on stream. Join the Discord.
You're awesome.
Guys, I'm so sorry. That is so sweet. Have a nice rest of your evening. Very, very enjoyable. Wait for a flight delay. Again, you've been raised well. That is so sweet. Pennsylvania is too cold, Skelly. I'm sorry. That is so sweet. Can we get a huge W's for AZ and all the chats, guys, please? That is so sweet. I'm sorry. Like, I can't. That, I really, really appreciate that. You found the Discord? Awesome. You found it? Okay. Sorry, guys, over on Twitch. I swear I do see you. You know what, Luffy, you can call me condescending. It's okay. Sure, thank you. Square glasses would fit your forehead better. Sure they would, fellow. Thank you for the 2 and also being a fan. You guys aren't gonna hurt me after this. I'm good. I'm happy. If you want to keep paying to insult me, though, feel free. I will take your money. I'm going to... Yeah, I already kind of did. Thank you, AZ. No name, I kind of already did. But thank you so much, AZ, for the show of support. I do appreciate that so much. Yeah, I know, Skelly. I'm sorry. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. I hope you find your way back to the channel. Even just to be in the chat and be involved in the chat. I am going to... Yeah, exactly. I can't say that I've been almost doing this for a year now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that one, MK. Okay. Yeah. I've been doing this for almost a year now, and it's been a lot. Figuring out the political landscape, and I mean like on my own for a year now, almost. I want to say I started doing this on TikTok to start. On my own completely in October, but even then I still had I wasn't doing one-on-ones. I wasn't having one-on-one conversations. I would have other people talking to me, but on my own, I've been doing it completely solo since March. So I appreciate it, guys, so much. I do appreciate that. And fellow man, listen, you know what? If you think square glasses would actually fit my face better, that's cool. I'll have to see. I do have to up my subscription. Like, I actually have an appointment for that. Because, you know, new prescription every year. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt my face. Mayonnaise, Chris. Mayonnaise. Yeah, support is support. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and actually shut it down now. TikTokers, wait just a second. Let me... Hold on. Stagflation? Yeah, I think so. Thank you guys on Twitch. I'm sorry, can't always see it. The YouTube chat moves too fast and it gets dropped. Aslan said 1.5 million people worldwide work for Amazon. That makes sense. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shut down on Twitch and on YouTube. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you again.
Awesome.
I just want to let everybody know that Luffy paid me again. Thanks, Luffy. Thanks for the 2. Sure. Thank you for being such a super fan. All right. Shutting down YouTube, Twitch. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back on live 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, just as my normal. So you guys have a good night.